What's up YouTube? Georgia Silver Hunter back, and today we'll be doing a $1,000 half dollar hunt. That is 2 bank boxes of Brinks Wrapped Half Dollars for us to go through, looking for things like mint errors, varieties, NIFCs, or not intended for circulation coins, but most importantly, we're hunting for silver. And I did a short on this box. If you missed it, we've got 2 silver enders here on the top rack. I believe that's silver. I think it's going to be 40%. We weighed it in the short, and it was only 225 grams. But this guy right here is a 1964. You can actually see it, and I'll pull the paper down a little bit. It is a 1964, 90% half dollar, and we put it on the scale in the short to show it is 227 grams. So, again, all bank wrapped. Right? This is a legitimate box of coins, so we're going to jump right into it and hopefully find more than just these 2 silvers. So let's do it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and open at least 10 rolls on camera together because I like to have you guys see me open these rolls so that you know that I'm not splicing or cutting the video in any way. And you can see we have a lot of marked coins here. For those of you that are new to coin roll hunting, or maybe even, you know, like you've never done it or you're starting out yourself, when you find coins with these black marks, that actually comes from other coin roll hunters who are marking their coins so that they know when they come back to them. And all they do is they hold them like this and they get a nice marker and they just run a few lines down them. It's the easiest way to mark a whole roll. Now, the problem with hunters that do that is they're really marking those coins to say there's no silver in them, but the problem is they could be putting ink all over a really valuable variety like a double die obverse or a no FG. Now, this roll number 2, I believe, is a 40% ender, so we're going to go ahead and open that slowly and see if we have anything in the middle. Oh, wait. No, that's going to be clad. It had a real big clad edge on it, but nothing there, and that is definitely going to be silver on the end. Let me move it into the middle so you can see how much that silver jumps out at you. Just like that. You can see why I was confused by this coin right here, but this one, there is no clad edge on that at all. So we know that's going to be silver. Let's see what we have. Oh, I dropped it. We have ourselves a 1966. So 40% ender, I was correct. We're going to go ahead and kick off the hunt with some nice 40% stuff. All right, roll number 3. And I promise you, this will either get much faster or much slower, depending on what's in these next couple of rolls. Okay, that looks like all clad. I do have a document in the description down below this video that has all the things that I hunt, so make sure you check that out. It's free to download, free for you guys to use. It's got every major denomination of coin that I hunt. I've even recently added a page for dollar coins because I just recently did my first dollar hunt, and that was a lot of fun. So here we are, roll number 5. It's our 1964 ender. Let's hope there's more silver on the inside. That's a maybe right there. We might have 40% right there. If so, that's going to be a double. Let's go ahead and start with that mysterious looking one in the middle. And it is. It is a 1968 Denver. So we've got 2 40s on the hunt. So we got room 66, 67, 68. And then, of course, right here on the ender, as we saw, we've got ourselves a 1964. And again, for you new folks, 40% silver, when we say 40 or 90, it's the amount of silver that's made into the coin. 40% silver is made of 40% silver. Today, I haven't looked at melt too closely, but I want to say they're about $3.30, $3.40 at melt price, whereas this 1964 90% is somewhere around $8.50 in melt price. So that's why we do it. You can't see, but here, let me move this forward a little bit. We've got another silver ender right there. So we know when we get to the bottom half of the box, we definitely have more silver waiting for us. All right, well, I'm going to try to move a little bit more quickly here. more marked coins to get through these first 10. I'll go back then and hunt them for varieties, and I'll bring you in if we find anything interesting, and if we don't, I'll go ahead and film opening every roll in this box just in case we do find some really good stuff, and you guys will get to see me open each roll. But I definitely won't show every roll if there's nothing to see. So this is roll, what is this? This is roll 14, and that might be silver right there. It might be a faker though, just like a 1970 something. Just looks a little dark and a little gray. Yeah, it's just a 1971. Okay, no big deal. Well, let's roll 16. And we've come across our first NIFC. We've got a 2006 Denver, so not intended for circulation. These were only meant for collectors and released by the Mint. All right, well, we are down to our final 10 rolls, and I really didn't bring you in, but we've come across 6 NIFCs ranging from 2006 all the way up to 2018. Apologies for not bringing you in on those, but once we find silver, the not intended for circulation coins become less interesting. But we did find them, so I wanted to make sure we pointed those out. I did want to get through these last 10 rolls on camera, just in case we find silver, because we know we have one more ender coming, and just like that, right in the middle. I didn't even see it because it was just dark. So we got to make sure we check those dark ones too. We've got a 1966 40% silver, and it's pretty ugly, but I'll take it. It wasn't even the first thing that jumped out at me, which is funny. The 2022 or the 2021 caught my eye. These really shiny guys right here caught my eye. That dark one, though, I just didn't think it was gonna be anything. And that's just a 1988. All right. All right, roll 47, one away from our potentially last silver of the box. Let's see what we have. There's a 2004 NIFC. Looks like a Philly. Don't have that one. We'll just throw it up there. We got a dark 1974 that was looking a little suspicious. 1979, 1989, so nothing else in there. Okay, here's our silver ender. I didn't weigh it, so I don't know if we're going to have 90% or 40%. If this were definitely a 90%, we would see a little Denver mint mark over here. The 1964, the mint mark's on the back, whereas all the rest of them, that mint mark is kind of up here just underneath Kennedy. So that's something else that if you didn't know, now you do. But let's go ahead and get into this roll. Hopefully we got a double or a triple or a quadruple or something. Let's see. All right, I'm not seeing any silver on the inside. Definitely have silver on this end. And doesn't look like anything else. So let's check it out. All right, definitely a 1964. And it has seen better days. But you know what? It's a 90%. Piece of silver, second one on the box, and I will take it. So here we go with roll number 49, 2 to go. See if we can get some last couple roll silver in these ones that we don't know for sure. Some shiny ones I'm checking real quick. Nothing there. All right, we want this one. We got a 73 on one end and a kind of torn up eagle on the other end, so let's hope we get a little bit of silver in here. And box number 2 was a sister box. They were picked up at the same time, so it's possible this silver is going to continue over into those boxes. We just didn't have any enders to speak of. So real quick check for some NIFCs. That's a 2022 P. That's our first one of those on the box. 1983. All right, nothing big in there. So I'm going to get through these. If I find any errors or varieties, I'll bring you in. We'll do a real quick recap, and then we will jump into box number 2. All right, well, we've got everything wrapped up except that very last roll because we've got to get through our finds. So we're going to go ahead and start on our NIFCs. We did have a 2004 Philly. We had a 2006, looks like a Denver. 2009 Philly with some Ring of Death. A 2010 Denver that's definitely seen some better days. A really bad 2014. Oop, they're out of order. We had a 2013 and a 2014. 2017 with a little Ring of Death and a 2018. These are not the kinds of coins that you want to pull and put in your albums if you're trying to make albums. I mean, sure, they can be a hole filler, but you definitely want to mark that for replacement because these were all pretty bad, and I'll be sending them all back to the bank. But of course, the true stars of the show are right here, the silver that we were able to pick up. We got 2 90%. We did end up with 3 40%. 2 of them were 1966, and one of them was 1968 Denver. So I'll throw a quick graphic up here on the screen to show you what melt value is on these coins today. And remember, there's always premium on constitutional or junk silver. There's always premium on pretty much every bit of silver, and gold for that matter. But those premiums are coming down. So these are actually less valuable today than they were, just even a couple of days ago to a few weeks ago, because silver spot prices dropped and those premiums continue to come down. But still, if you consider this as an $8.50 or $9 coin just on melt alone, we only picked it up for 50 cents, and we got 2 of them. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump into box number 2. So here we are with box number 2. I have, like the first box, cracked it open, and one thing I'll mention is this box looks really wonky, and it's like it was put together wrong. Like the machine that folded it all up didn't have the box situated on it just so it doesn't close quite right. Just really weird, and I'm only pointing it out because I've been getting at least one box like this for the last 3 or 4 weeks, and the box that looks like this never has anything in it. So I'm hoping that changes for us today, only because box number 1 did have so much good silver in it, so we're hoping for something different. And if you're kind of got an eagle eye there, this 1984 looks really shiny, but it almost looks like it's been cleaned or put through like a rock tumbler or something, so it's not an NIFC or a proof or anything. But we're going to go ahead and get this pushed back and do a couple of rolls on camera together like I like to do. So let's see here. Roll number 1 to kick us off. And maybe I'll just do 5 this time just to keep the length of the video down. And I'll try to record a number of roll openings so that if we do happen to find more silver. Oh, just like that. I ripped the paper off really quickly, and look at that. You saw me do it right here. 1 from the end. That's going to be silver. 1968 Denver. Wow. I did not expect that. I really didn't, because the boxes that look like this, I'm not kidding, they have all just been kind of skunks and boring. And I was hoping that wouldn't be the case, but in 1968, 40%, I'll take it in roll number 2. Let's get into roll number 3. So maybe I'll record every roll opening at this point. Now that I found one, we might find more. Super shinies here are going to be our 21s and 22s, just to show you really quick. It's a 21 Philly. Very common these days. Honestly, it's not uncommon to get a box loaded full of 2021s and 2022s these days. There's roll number 3, or sorry, roll number 4. Here's roll number 5. So I got through those first 10 rolls, and I do have a little interesting ender here back on roll number, that's going to be roll number 50 for the way I do it. That very well could be a silver ender back there. Should be interesting to see when it's down in there. You can see just how discolored it is. And if I kind of put this next to it, it's about the same color. So we might have a silver ender in the bottom. So let's get into the next 10 rolls together and see how we do. We might have silver here on roll 41, 2, 3, right here. It just looks a little suspect. I don't see a clad line in there, so let's take a look. That could be our next silver piece. Like I said, 41, 2, 3. I don't know what I said a second ago, but 43. And it is. It is a 1965 40% silver ender. So pretty cool. That's 2 silvers on the board. Very cool. And as I said earlier, I think if I include the clip, I think roll number 50's got a silver ender as well. Let's open up. This is roll 4. Well, I think we're going to have another. No, I think that's just dirty. This is roll 44. I'll show you what I was looking at. This guy right here just looked really thin and dirty. It's just a 1997. We got a 2021, so nothing special in there. Here's roll number 45. Just do this one all real quick on camera, and then I'll go through these, and we'll do the last 5 rolls for sure together, because I think roll 50 is going to be interesting. So we're on our last 5 rolls. I did go ahead and rearrange all my finds so far. We've still got the 65 and the 68 40% silvers that I brought you in on. I know I didn't bring in all the NIFCs, but we've got 3, 7, we've got 10 of those so far, and I did want to go ahead, and I'm just going to get these rolls out. The last 5 rolls, and this one I want to pay special attention to, because that could just be a dirty coin. That could very well be a silver ender. I just don't know. It looks a little cloudy, so I'm not sure it's silver. I'm just interested to see. So let's start with roll number 46. You can tell that's been dropped. That's actually cracked on the side. We have no silver there. Okay, getting into roll number 47. What do we have? A nice shiny 2021 or 2022 in there. Roll 48. So, like box number 1, you know, we had some success early, and then a big dry spell in the middle. And then a little bit of success here at the end. But anytime you hunt half dollars, even finding 1 silver these days, you have to look at as a win. And then you just really have to cherish those boxes where you get lots of silver. And lots of silver these days might only be 4 or 5 or 6 coins, but occasionally you get that collection dump that's got 40 or 50 or 60 or 80 or 100 silver coins in it, which is just awesome. All right, so here's roll number 50. We think we've got an ender here. Not really sure. Let's check it out together. So we definitely have a 2021 or 2022 in there. And that ended up just being a dirty coin. You can tell from the edge, we've got a clad layer in it. It's a 1983, so no silver. Even though, you know, if you look at the back, it was a real similar color. It's just a cloudy 1983. Well, that's really unfortunate. I was looking forward to having 1 more piece of silver there hiding at the end of the box, but it is what it is. Let me get through these. We'll come back and do a final wrap-up of this, and I'll bring out the silver from box number 1. Well, box number 2 was a little bit of a weird one, but in some ways, just like the first box. Very early on, you saw us, we found that 1968 Denver. Towards the tail end of the box, we found that 1965, and I really didn't bring you guys in for much, but we did come across a 2002 Philly, a 2003 Philly, a 2004 Denver, a 2005 with a really bad ring of death Denver, 2010 Philly, 2017 Philly, a couple of 2018s, a 2019 Denver that's got some nicks and scratches, but overall still looks like a pretty good coin, and a 2020 Philly that looks fantastic, and a 2020 Denver that looks a little bit circulated, but that's all right. So lots of NIFCs in this box. Again, not intended for circulation coins, but the real winners are these 2 40% silvers. And like I was saying earlier, in a box of half dollars, you can go box and box after box after box and find nothing. So you really have to savor the moments when you do find silver, and 2 40s in a box has to be considered a win. We just got really lucky because in box number 1, we did also find 3 silvers, 40% silvers, and 2 90s. So I'll go ahead and throw up on the screen all the silver we found in the video today based on today's melt price. But you know, that melt price is constantly changing. So whenever you watch this video, maybe it's worth more, maybe it's worth less. And it also doesn't include any premiums that you may have to pay, like from an individual sale or possibly from a coin dealer or a bullion dealer online. So anyway, with that said, I hope you enjoyed this 2-box hunt. I was just really excited to be on the silver again. This is 7 more silvers to add to our stack. Is that right? Did I do the math? Yep, 7 more silvers to add to our stack. And that's why we do this. I mean, I love the collecting aspects. I love finding varieties, especially when they're really valuable. But for me, finding silver is always the goal. And I just love it when we can find it, especially the 90% stuff. So anyway, with that said, if you enjoyed this video, let me know by dropping down below and clicking on that. Hopefully you can click on that like button and then leave me a comment. If you're new to the channel and you like coin roll hunts, you like hunting for silver, you like stacking silver, make sure you click on that subscribe button and then click on that little bell and select all so you get notified each and every time I release a new video. Sorry, I got distracted. I'm checking to see if we have a Denver. I don't think we do. We don't. Special shout out to our channel members. They help support the channel every month. There's just a couple of them, but one of the main perks they get is they get to watch my videos early, typically anywhere from a couple of hours to a day or so early. So if that's interesting for you, drop one down below and check out my memberships. There's a link to them, or you can just click on that join button, whichever is easier. And with that said, I hope you guys are doing well. Summer is quickly coming to a close, but I'm hoping to get a few more silver hunts in here before we get into the fall. And with that said, you guys take care, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.